If, after unpacking, you find concealed damage, which was not reported when the driver was present, contact the carrier and ask them to send a representative to make an inspection and prepare a concealed damage report. If the furniture is stored and damage is discovered after a long period of time, the carrier may not respect or accept an inspection report. All items in the shipment were physically scanned at the factory and will appear on the packing list. Some packages contain more than one item. The contents of each box should be checked and verified with the packing list. Any irregularities should immediately be reported to Kiwani Customer Service for investigation. Provide as much detail as possible. Be careful during the unpacking process to prevent any loose items from being discarded from the packing materials. Factory fully assembled and ready for installation. To install the cabinets and fillers, you will need the following tools and hardware. We recommend a drill for drilling pilot holes, an impact gun for driving screws, a carpenter's level, a laser level, a Kiwani leveling tool, a minimum of 2 welder's clamps, and proper safety equipment. You will also need a quantity of 1/2 inch and 1 1/4 inch self-tapping screws. These attachment screws are not included with the cabinet. To help separate the units required to install a full elevation, each item is identified with a label showing the order number, part number, product line number, and room/elevation number if it was provided with the order. When units that form a full elevation are close to their respective final location, arrange the units according to how they are shown on the drawings. The critical next step is ensuring the cabinets are level to the building. In order to accomplish this, you will need to locate the highest point on the floor. This is done by using a laser level to establish a reference point along the wall. By measuring the distance from the floor to that line, along the elevation, the high and low points of the floor are established. Once the high point is determined, take this measurement to the starting location on the elevation to define the height of the first unit. All units must be at the same height. Finding the high point allows you to correct unevenness in the floor, which in turn gives you a leveling height of the full elevation. The line can be marked with a laser level or a standard level. After leveling the cabinets, the next step will be installing filler panels, if there are any on the end of the cabinet runs. If the end of a cabinet run is exposed, filler panels must be installed prior to installing your first cabinet. The filler panel should be fitted to the cabinet with clamps, flush with the cabinet side and top edge, and attached from the inside of the cabinet with 1/2 inch self-tapping screws. It is important to attach from the inside of the cabinet so that when the work surface is installed, the filler panel can be removed to provide service space access from behind the cabinets. Place the first cabinet into its final position and level it with the leveling bolts. Kiwani cabinets have holes in the top 4 corners that allow the cabinets to be leveled from above with a proprietary leveling tool or with a 1/4 inch socket, extension, and impact gun. The proprietary leveling tool is available through Kiwani. To obtain the tool, contact your Kiwani customer service representative. All 4 sides of the cabinet must be leveled, as well as from corner to corner for proper installation. Achieving proper level is paramount to a successful installation outcome. Position the next cabinet and level it in the same manner. For the joints of the cabinets to look uniform, use the welding clamps to hold the cabinets flush at the front and top. For door cabinets, remove one of the existing hinge screws. Then, using a 1 1/4 inch long self-tapping screw, attach one cabinet to the other using the vacant hinge hole. On the back of the unit, use 1/2 inch long self-tapping screws, making sure these are hidden from eyesight, typically in the upper rear cabinet side. If the cabinet has no hinges, remove the drawers and note the order in which they were removed. This is critical as they must be replaced in the original slot to maintain factory adjustment. Make the attachment using 1/2 inch long self-tapping screws placed directly behind the vertical front rail, making sure they are not visible. Repeat the above process until all cabinets in the elevation are installed, being sure to check the fronts and the tops of the cabinets so they are flush, plumb, and leveled properly. Lastly, each cabinet should be checked to make sure all leveling bolts are touching the floor. It is important to keep in mind that if the structure of the site where the installation is being done is not completely cured or settled, this can cause the cabinets to lose their leveling and doors and drawers to lose adjustment. If doors and drawers seem out of alignment, usually this is caused by the cabinets being incorrectly leveled or the site being settled.